Current State is one of the best songs we've ever reviewed on this channel.
Yeah, by far. Hello, and welcome to Metal Review Cast. Today we're going to be reviewing Substrate by InRetrospect. What number song is this on the EP now?
This is one. We're reviewing Current State.
Current State. Oh, it's come up as Substrate on mine.
Yeah, that's the song, but the EP is called Current State.
Oh, we're doing the EP.
We
go.
Yeah. Done this one before.
Yeah. So we're not practiced. Okay, well, yeah, so reviewing the EP, very much looking forward to it. And as anybody who's watched the Metal Review Cast knows that we absolutely love a good bit of InRetrospect, so I don't think there's any secrets there. But very much looking forward to hearing the EP.
Yeah, we're going to do what we did for Cabin Boy and just kind of play out some songs. And we'll link everything else if you actually want to go and listen to the proper reviews. So,
yeah, won't waffle too much through these.
Yeah, we'll just kind of get them done. So we've got our reviews. There'll only be, realistically, there's only a couple. We did, the other day we did Safe Haven, which we haven't released, but we're going to release alongside this because it just makes more sense.
Yep.
Then we got Eclipse, which came out the other day, and then there's only one song that they hadn't actually released from the EP, Counting Days. So
that's really interesting.
Yeah,
I'd like to have a little bit more. What's the word for it?
Intrigue.
Yeah. Maybe not knowing pretty much the entirety of the EP before it comes out. I'd like to be surprised by a few extra songs and stuff.
That's it. I think that's the big thing, isn't it? Like when we did the Cabin Boy, I think Cure was the big one where that was such a huge surprise. So kind of hard when you've done 5 single releases. And we would say like it is our opinion, but I do think you need to like learn to build intrigue around music and other things.
Yeah, I mean it's very much. I think there's always an appetite to try and be heard, but you can do other things to stay relevant on the platform without necessarily having to burn all of your music out and then release an EP that everybody's pretty much heard. You know, and I get why they do it, and I would probably fall foul of doing that myself if I'm making really fucking good music like these guys do. But I think from a marketing strategy, you want to give people reason to listen to the EP as a whole, as opposed to them just hearing your singles. But you know, each to their own, I guess. Yeah,
exactly. I think we always just look at like Caskets and the way they've done stuff, and like let's just say that you could do a vocal thing like Matt did for Lost in Echoes. He did one for that, didn't he? Yes, you could do the odd like.
That's a really good point. You know, this InRetrospect would be really cool to do like an acoustic set with with fucking hell, Nath doing his cleans and screams as well. Oh mate, that'd be banging.
Hollow Front-esque, or the way they did it.
Man.
Still Life.
On the fucking on the drum box, fucking tapping away.
It'd be so good.
Doing it, boys. If you're watching this, release some acoustic stuff, man. Let's still keep the screams in, please.
He's so
please.
Good. Hollow Front Still Alive. Well. That was the perfect example of how you can balance both the screams and stuff into an acoustic song. So
blurry.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. That's it. I think we want a bit more intrigue and hopefully adds more to other people, because you say I think that's a good point where personally, if you've released pretty much everything, are people really going to be bothered to go and listen to the last song, or are they just going to go, you know what, I really like this, I might just listen to whatever, and like not listen to the EP as a whole when it's probably built in a way that's meant to be, you know, like we've seen it from their branding, like the videos, even the naming. Really, you know, it's like Substrate, Current State, Deadweight, Safe _Haven, and then they've put like a dot on the end of their YouTube videos, and Eclipse, and Counting _Days, and then a dot. So there's obviously some thought It's obviously meant to like tell a story, but I don't want that to get lost because you've released everything. So again, it's just our opinion. But when we look at other bands, the vocal covers, like Caskets did an acoustic live set, didn't they? After like a Q&A.
Yeah. That was
you
amazing.
can do drum playthroughs. I know they have done a drum playthrough and stuff like that, and guitar playthroughs. Like Envisions tend to do a lot of that as well, just to kind of keep up the intrigue in between and not like necessarily feel like you need to release constant music. So
yeah,
just a thought. Us speaking out loud, innit?
as always.
Yep. But
Do we ever not?
where we'll get started. We'll listen to this in full. Maybe, probably. Never know with us.
I really like this video.
Wicked, innit?
Gets me every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
So good.
Nasty.
So good.
What a song. What a song. I noticed as well, right, during the video, obviously he taps into his vein and it starts going into his DNA and everything else. You know, the whole premise of the storyboard that they have with this kind of android in the post-apocalyptic place.
Yeah.
with this being the first song of it, or the first video, there's a little clip like about halfway through where it shows like this virtual android. Is the android actually a clone of fucking Naif's soul?
Hmm. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
He's like when you think he's plugging in, but actually, is he actually extracting?
Extracting, yeah.
And then it's like taking all of his thoughts and feelings and the darkness inside, and then it emanates into being this android that we see later on down the line in the videos.
Yeah, I think like with Substrate as well, because it's like something to do with like an organism, isn't it, that lives on a surface or takes nourishment from it or something, something like that, along those kind of lines. So if you look at it from like that perspective, it does kind of make sense. If like an organism's living there, or as you say, they're extracting like nourishment, it could be like it's extracting the data or something along those lines anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I know completely what Substrate like completely means, but it's something like that. I can't remember.
No, it is around those lines.
So
yeah, maybe, and then it's he's almost living symbiotically with him.
Yeah.
And then later on down the line, it becomes its own soul.
Yeah.
Independent.
I think that's yeah. I think that's a good way to look at it, and I guess that's what we can do for this as well. Is like we're not going to like delve deep into the songs because we've already done that, but maybe look at it from like a name and lyrical perspective, or video if you pick anything else up. So, because you got Substrate, then the next one, obviously the self-titled one, is Current State.
Current State, yeah.
So it does tie into that, as you say, if they're extracting data, and Current State is kind of this way.
Oh shit, man! And I guess that's why the naming conventions with the dots and the fucking thinking like programming.
Yeah, because they do have bits of that in there.
Yeah.
And we will see it in a bit. But if you look at like the EP cover, it's pretty cool actually. And it definitely has that kind of vibe the whole way through, of like programming or extracting data and stuff like that. So
yeah,
this is number 2, the self-titled one. Gotta say though, Substrate's a good one to start off with. There's a lot of energy. There's some nice nuances of like the ending and stuff like that, where it doesn't just like end. There's like a
kind of repeats his vocal bits. Like really, really like
with some stuff in the background going on, like a bit of guitar, and then there's a solo as well. So it's actually fucking wicked in that sense, like how that song is constructed and why it's like the first song, because it definitely hypes you up for the album, the EP. Sorry. To Current State.
I'd just like to say I love the fact that they put that warning on there, because we've said that about other bands who haven't, and then it's been flashing and like you really need to. I'm sorry, I've got to play that again. That just gets me every fucking time.
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
I would say this is probably my favourite song. Still on the EP.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's
so beautiful.
It's literally stunning. Like, actually stunning.
Man. Just that. And then the vocals so clean over the top of it. It's just. The composition of that song, that start, is just phenomenal. It's one of the best composed songs I've listened to today, and I'm not just saying that. Like the way that it just hits.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I'm emotional already.
Finally, I'm awake to see the hurricane that's lurking inside of my bones. Imminence of power inflicted by truth of who you really are. I made some poor judgments, spent all of my days being conquered, arising from nothing, it must to be something that's worth fighting for. That's worth fighting for. The skeletons are what we once knew, memories of torment once caused by you, ravishing the hope that one day I'll be new. And the memory of what we once knew, maybe one I've been waiting for nothing again. A paradise is lost in the end. Maybe I'll see that this time I'll be free.
That is so good. So good.
The skeletons are what we once knew, memories of torment once caused by you, ravishing the hope that one day I'll be new. And the memory of what we once knew, maybe one day
Unbelievable.
Current State is one of the best songs we've ever reviewed on this channel.
Yeah, by far.
Like,
By far.
just legit
Can
one
I-
of the best songs we've ever
Can I just
reviewed.
rewind as well here? Look. So, I swear, right, the storyboard, that's the fucking droid, right? So we've gone from him extracting information from the veins.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
felt like this was almost a story, and it could be the story that Nath is thinking, or his internal shit that's being programmed into the droid, that the droid is actually feeling those feelings, but he's trapped inside. And that's why, the glimpses where the video focuses on Nath's face,
Yeah.
but there's like a whole circuitry around him, and like,
Yeah.
so that's the view from the droid looking at the fucking person who he's actually come from.
Yeah.
I know I'm diving in deep, but
Yeah.
it's all working together here.
No, because that is the what's it, like the droid holds his arms out, right?
Yeah.
Like that, and if you see him when we see him in the next lot, that is the exact motion he's doing. He's holding his arms up like that. Obviously, yeah, like you can see it now that it's coming together. It's all tying in.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I think there's more that the lads could do with this. To storyboard it. Even just from a video perspective of just putting together a video of the story, so that it's like I know you sometimes don't want it to be blatantly obvious, but people are stupid as fuck or don't pay attention. So, like, I don't think they would have clocked some of this stuff. So, like, now we're looking at it again. Obviously, we didn't quite notice it initially. We noticed that there was a storyboarding of some of the stuff, but, like, now we're seeing more and more and more now that we're just watching it back to back to back to back.
Yeah, they could. You know what? They could easily make like a little mini audio film.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
20 minutes long, and it's actually like a journey of how this droid comes to be and where it's going.
Yes. And you know like, what? Actually,
a song theatrical.
Yeah. So Machine Gun Kelly did it for the album before, the most recent one, where after he did it, so he actually released like I think it was about 50 minutes, where it was kind of like a school that was back in the day, like from, I think like the 80s. And then they were like talking. It was basically like a movie. So there was like talking going through. And then it would go into like the first song while there's like stuff happening as a movie in the background. And then it would like go back to like the actors doing some stuff and being like a movie. And then it would kind of like naturally progress into the next song and then the next song and eventually. And he did like a whole basically movie of his whole album.
Nice.
So you could definitely do that for this. Like build a 20 minutes.
Not like R. Kelly's in the closet. Although R. Kelly's a fucking weirdo, creep fucking nonce, right?
Yeah.
That whole video ensemble with the fucking start to finish of these songs about being stuck in the closet is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reckon there's room for that, especially with the style that they've got. And they could even have it animated or whatever. You know, I said before, like there's like Ghost in the Shell style vibes to it. And again, I think maybe some of the ideas that they've had for this might come from something like that.
Yeah.
Where they could have it animated even. I don't know. I find that all of their tunes, you don't even need a visual to feel where it's coming from.
Exactly.
But the visuals that they're doing with it really complement it.
They're stunning, yeah.
Anyway,
little waffle, but I like that.
Yeah, but we're not going through the songs instead, so because like you say, we've got those already. People can check them out.
I think that's a good.
If you see the links below and stuff.
Exactly, everything will be down below. Previous reviews, their songs, EP links and stuff. So make sure you go check it out. Give them some love, as we always say, and go and buy some shiz.
I'm just gonna go collect my other beer. 1 second.
No worries.
Excuse me.
Gonna line up the next one. Next one is Deadweight, which is the third on there. This one we got a visualizer, but I think it starts to tell the story. I really like the visualizers, actually. We've always said that, actually. Their visualizers are a lot better than even some of the large bands and the big bands and, you know, the people who are very well known in the top of the metalcore scene. I think
he fell down the stairs,
their
grabbing
visualizers.
it, trying to be as quick as possible.
The visualizers are really good. So, yeah, I was just saying, I think the next one we got up is the visualizer, and their visualizers are actually better than a lot of the top end bands in the metalcore scene.
Yeah, they don't just fucking throw loads of lyrics up.
Put a lot more thought into, and you'll see it along the way. But some of their visualizers are almost videos, very close to, but they just repeat. So I understand why they're visualizers. But yeah. Up next is Deadweight.
There he is.
Yeah, in the pose.
I forgot how pacey this is.
There's the coding as well.
How do I live with myself going through this? Casting a shadow over who I am.
Fast as well.
Casting a shadow over who I am. Help me breathe again. Help me breathe again.
So good. Even their choice of like that whip, like I could hear it through the song as well. It's like that they're like additional portions, whether they're like adding in synth or like kind of like doing back like vocals in a different way and putting it to, like to the back of their heads, and like just the extras that they do.
Yeah,
fucking so good.
They are, and I was thinking about this as I was listening to this song, and actually the other one as well. I think, generally speaking, when we talk to bands and stuff, it's usually one or two people that are involved in the majority of the writing.
Mm.
I have a feeling, and we don't know this, and I've not been told it. You might already know, but I have a feeling that pretty much everyone in the band has a part to play in the creation of the music in here, because the way that the note choices that Nath uses with his vocals are really unique to him. They're not something that you would just think up. It's a specific style that he has, and the choices that aren't, I would say, definitely not generic note choices when he's singing. They're really interesting, like in the way that he changes them into slightly different keys and stuff. It's just it's not the norm, and it takes a specific band to be able to create that. So I have a feeling that like pretty much all of them are involved in the creation and the actual composition of the tune.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I don't actually know, to be honest.
I think that's why they always sound so fucking complete as well. It's like, again, this is a new band. I know they've been around a couple of years, but that's only like they were born during COVID, like pretty much.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
It's mental, and I think you're right. Like on the previous song, Current State, as well. When we first get into that first bit, it kind of gets a bit heavy. It goes real heavy, but then Nath comes in with cleans. You'd expect a brutal scream to come in, and they were like, no, let's do some nice cleans here and just have him singing beautifully.
Yeah,
and that's
so fucking
probably
passive aggressive.
Yeah, not what you'd be used to in that kind of sense. The metalcore way it goes, it's like you go in with the brutal heavies, because the rest of the songs like like proper deep. You go, right, fucking screams, no.
Yeah, Current State kind of reminds me of oh fucking hell, Anton, Brain.
Yeah, come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
Howard Jones, Kill Switch Engage.
Yeah.
You know, like when the Howard Jones era of Kill Switch Engage, of that fucking aggressiveness of the music, but then it counters it completely with these beautiful vocals and and mindset of emotion that comes with it. That's the only other band I hear that, and even that's not when we say that's the only other band. That era of that band, I think there's influences there, but still, I would say that the choices that Nath makes over what he uses from a note perspective with cleans, it's just completely unique.
Yeah,
I've not heard a vocalist like him.
Yeah. Now, as you say, that's why we like talk about stuff like people like Howard Jones and stuff, just because that kind of operatic style and going from cleans, just complete standout. Like the way Sam Carter goes through it now as well.
Because you could argue Howard Jones is a great vocalist.
Yeah,
he's brilliant. I wouldn't say he's the best vocalist. He's not like your Miles Kennedys and you shit like that. You know, he's not the greatest vocalist. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's his style. It's the delivery and how he delivers that fucking vocal.
It's just same you say with Sam Carter. Like obviously, you kind of hate where Architects have gone with a few of the bits with the whole fucking too much on Sam's voice. But when you hear Sam live, he's not the perfect singer. And when he does his cleans, and obviously when they do very specific things, say like the tidy bit of Memento Mori because they have to cock tease us every fucking time before they go straight into Nihilist, like 20 seconds in, you're like, one of these days. And he's not the perfect vocalist, but I love his voice for the way he does everything. He just does everything, and it's so fucking unique to him. And you can tell it's Sam Carter, and that's what you're going to get with Nath. It's like, you can tell it's Nath. You can tell it's Howard Jones.
Anywhere.
You can tell it's fucking Courtney LaPlante. Like, you can tell it's Ollie Sykes. They have a unique way of doing all the different vocal styles that they do, and you go, right, I know who that is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're putting him on a big pedestal, but...
Yeah. But deservedly so.
Yeah.
Deservedly so. This band grabbed me by the fucking bollocks as soon as I heard them that first time. The Sun Settings came out, and I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, when you go in and you hear a new band, and you think, oh, new band, I'll give it a listen, or whatever. And then you literally like, that's what I got.
So fucking good.
And that's what we expect moving forward every time.
Yep.
Without fail.
True that. Alright. Next up is Safe Haven, which is the last one we did. So I'm going to slap that in now. So coming up in 3, 2, 1 is Safe Haven.
Hello, welcome to Metal Review Cast. Nearly messed up our name there. Today we're going to be reviewing Safe Haven official visualizer by InRetrospect.
Now, I don't know, on my screen, I don't know whether it's the same for you, Sean. Oh, it's back. Now, they say visualize. The good thing about InRetrospect's visualize is actually there's a theme behind them, and that's the main character. So if you remember, on the last song, they had a guy that was like, he had fucking like tubes coming off him, and he was sat in the seat backwards, absorbing all the shit. It's the same character.
Yep.
So they're storyboarding the visualizers.
Yeah.
Not doing videos, which I think is actually quite cool because
hell fucking yeah.
Because other bands might just do visualizers where they've got music and things just bouncing and popping into the tune.
Yeah.
But these guys have taken it to another level and gone, all right, well, we can't do a full music video, but we're going to keep the concept with our band and the meaning behind it. And I think that's really cool. Yeah.
And I guess it ties into like the videos and stuff, because obviously the one with Nath, who has got like the stuff coming out of his neck and the thing on his head where there's all the cables and stuff. So it's kind of like all tying in together. Yeah, so I can't. What is this, like number 4? My brain can't remember.
Either 3 or 4. It's not higher than 4.
No, because what if they?
Or it might be. I'm
just trying to work it out.
It might be number 5. Meanwhile, I'm already. By the way, guys, I'm already tipsy. We've done back doing the entire album. I always tend to have a drink whilst doing it. So, but Faith, I like the new.
You're cutting out so much.
You're cutting out a little bit, yeah.
That looks sick.
Cutting out on the microphone or video?
No, the microphone.
Sean's frozen on the video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think between Virgin and BT, we're having issues.
Yeah.
Well,
That can
mine's
look
working
sick.
alright though.
Yeah, you're back now.
Yeah, you'll be working for you. Am I cutting out for you though? Was I lagging for you?
No.
Oh,
No,
weird.
what Liam was saying is that when you look the other way, it starts to. It's
All right. Well, I'll keep my mouth this way. But
yeah,
can look
That
sick.
looks sick.
It
Yeah.
does look
This was all
wicked.
purple and fucking gold before, but they've kind of gone for. You know how we like the minimalist vibe, sure.
Yeah.
I like that.
And me. Yeah.
You're not minimalist. You're fucking
I-
ADHD. You're all over the shit.
Yeah, I love minimalist shit though. But yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah. So it's number 4 because I was looking. I got substrate, current state, dead weight. I do remember, and then now safe haven, and
They needed an
Oh.
8. It needs to be
Yeah,
safe
they
something
really
reminded with
rhymed.
8 because all the rest of their songs rhymed.
Yeah.
yeah. Because the next one's called Eclipse as well because they've got a trailer for that. So what I'm intrigued about here is because I'm sure they said they were doing an EP for this, right? Because we said the last one should have been an EP, and then obviously the pandemic. So this is a lot of songs again, and I'm going to critique it early that we wanted this to be like an EP rather than just loads of singles that you keep releasing. Because this is number 4, and they have Eclipse as a trailer, so they're doing off our debut EP current state out 10th of the 6th 2022. So again,
Okay,
you're like
so
release
EP.
we need to change rooms. They're releasing a lot of songs. How many songs is the EP going to be? Because we're going to have 5.
With number 5 in.
Yeah, well, number 4 in,
EP
and then
is
number
normally
5 is going to come.
6 or 7. It's extended play. It's not an album length, is it?
Yeah, so just intrigued by
Look
that.
at that.
Does look beautiful.
Naughty.
Dirtier. Shut up, Harlem.
Yeah.
Bam, belly, bam, bam.
Yeah, I thought I'd just work it out because we critiqued the last one saying there should have been an EP, and obviously they do have an EP coming out
If
next.
we've heard every song on the EP, then we're going to be surprised by.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's just a lot, but good music
We love
nonetheless.
hearing new music, though. Yeah, it's good music.
Yeah.
You can't knock it.
Yeah, me and Anton have obviously. Well, I assume Anton's heard this.
I heard it once.
Yeah,
Heard it
Leon
once,
won't have heard
with
it.
all the other stuff.
Leon won't
but
have known
it's,
this existed.
I've been working on my own music. What are you talking about?
All right.
What's that got to do with them? Does that mean you don't listen to any other music, or you just don't listen to metal anymore?
I still. Alright, right.
You said to
still
us that you
listen-
don't really listen to metal, so
I don't really, but I still do. But I don't really.
Well,
If you get what I mean.
put it this way. This song doesn't
Yeah.
it falls in line.
I
think,
never disappoint.
Yeah, it falls in line with what, in retrospect, are trying to achieve, and they clearly have a narrative and a direction. As much as some of the other aspects, you know, like you were saying, Sean, about the EP and things like that. But in terms of musical awesomeness, they clearly have a direction what they're trying to do. And this song is no different.
Okay, I'm excited now.
Should be. It's post-apocalyptic, the video. Like, it could be off the back of nuclear fallout or recreation of society. Mate, how good is that?
Yeah, that's very much like a new metal kind of style in it as well. The way they just incorporated like so seamlessly, but also like it's just like Nath again, just being like, "I'm just good. We'll do something different." Like Nath's just doing ridiculous, actually ridiculous.
Yeah, and I like as I said before, the post-apocalyptic vibes, but like even in fact the thumbnail or the screenshot you stopped it on the moment, where they've gone into X-ray and you can see the satellite dishes within the buildings, but then they'll fade out as well, and it kind of goes back to that whole feeling of where I was saying that this band, whilst is very metal, I can see them in being involved in anime or manga films and stuff like that, like, you know, Akira or Ghost in the Shell or things like that, because there's something that is slightly different about them where their storytelling is more story-like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's really hard to explain, but like I just feel in retrospect tell a story ever so much more complete than other up and coming acts that I've come across.
Yep.
And the videos, even though this is a visualizer, seem to kind of play on that perspective as well. Like the whole Ghost in the Shell vibes. I'm sure that there must be someone in the band that loves Ghost in the Shell, because this is giving me Ghost in the Shell vibes. Totally.
Yeah, it's wicked. We were so like it's boring again, but we say every fucking time you don't need to be like shitty about your videos and just create crap visualizers or crap videos or whatever. Like when bands are, you know, small at the end of the day are creating stuff like this, like fucking Christ.
Up your games.
Yeah. And they thinking outside the box, as you say, with the visualizer.
Yeah, and it's an oversaturated market. You know, let's not get it twisted. And I mentioned this comment on somebody made a post. Actually, Mike Shinoda had made a comment about, you know, there's a focus on PR and social media and all this stuff that bands need to do. They shouldn't have to, because they should just be able to create good music. And I actually challenged it, and I was like,
yeah,
Mike Shinoda comes from an old school background where actually the people who are famous got there by A&R men, people who were scouting, and then you get signed, and then you'd have marketing people that promote you. We're in a world now where everything is attainable on the internet. It's oversaturated. There's fucking millions of bands all trying to achieve. The thing that will make you different is actually the PR and marketing and the stuff that you put into it. So as much as Mike Shinoda is one of the greatest and is gangster, he's from the old school. You know, the reality is and we can attest to this. We're in a lucky place where we get to speak to all types of walks of life and different bands. And the bands that we see are doing successful, you know, your Caskets and Visions and people like that, are people who are putting in work with their PR.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and the bands that aren't doing, which are equally as fucking talented.
Yep.
You know, and I won't mention their names, but we know bands that are fucking just as talented as Caskets, just as talented as Envisions, aren't making it because they're not doing the groundwork. So this shit here that we're seeing is absolutely important. You know, put out a visualizer, but make your visualizer interesting. And this is great because they're actually making themselves a differentiator for those other people that are oversaturated in the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only
long story short, nice visualizer.
Yeah, pretty much. There's only so much time we have, so
I'm sorry, but it pissed me off when I saw that, because somebody quoted Mike Shinoda for saying that, and I was like, it's all well and good you making loads of fucking music, but if there's nobody to listen to your music because they don't know who the fuck you are, then what's the point?
Yeah, it's not a diss at like the bands per se. It's just it's 2022, and unfortunately,
society's changed.
I work in digital marketing, and I talk about how much I hate being on my phone and social media and stuff, because it actually sucks. It's the worst place to be, but everyone has to be on it, unfortunately. So we're not dissing the bands per se, we're not dissing Mike per se, but he's wrong.
Yeah, he's wrong.
It's modern day, and you have to be on social media. You have to be advertising. You have to be running stuff that's high quality. There's no excuses anymore.
The reason I'm so passionate about it is because Mike Shinoda is such a figurehead. It scares me that bands will listen to that and then do themselves a disservice by not promoting themselves properly, and then they'll ask themselves questions why later that they haven't got somewhere.
Yeah, because the thing is, with like in Mike's time, you could only like get a name out there by using PR. It's because it's so easy these days for you to get your music out there that people think they don't need it, but you still do need
But it's hard,
it.
but that's fundamentally what makes it harder.
Yeah.
There's so much music out there. How
Yeah.
much music do we listen to, Sean?
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'd
insane.
literally get behind on Dreambound again and Space on Trouble because I try and listen to so many songs because so many good songs are on there, and I have to like select a few that I think are like banging maybe for us to review. I'm just like, oh, there's so much going on. Plus listening to bands we actually like, and it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah, so sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Yeah.
But this is why. But it's
Yeah, it's fair
important.
though.
Yeah,
It's
and
important.
what Leon said at the end of the day, what this is good visualizer, guys. Well done.
Yeah.
Good visualizer. Keep it up, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
it makes you
sorry,
stand out. It makes you stand out. So
It was a rant that I had coming for a while. People agreeing with me because I was arguing
Yeah.
on the
It's
internet.
fair.
It was pissing me off.
yeah,
Yeah.
we do need to have these as our own videos as well because they're discussion topics. So
Yeah, maybe we need to have a separate segment. Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
we spoke about it, but we haven't really spoken about why I would say it's important. Like if I was to look at it from a business perspective, and if I am advising a business on why they need to do this, there's a lot of fucking reasons why. So
Yeah.
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 And back to our
Any
regularly
advice?
scheduled music.
PR advice? Review cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Anyway.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Leon tries to bring us back, and then Ansel goes off again.
Yeah.
I'm done, guys. I'm done. Done.
Well, we'll go back a little bit. There we go.
Yeah. Start rapping.
Well, maybe sunlight will find a way
So epic.
through dark skies, and maybe sunlight will find a way to our lives.
A bass.
Yeah.
Clap.
From this lie I breathe in. Betrayer, you take a knife for a lie. You abuse your power. Dictator, you put a world in a fate when no balance or structure. Well, maybe sunlight will find a way through dark skies, and maybe sunlight will find a way to our lives. This is the end. I could feel it begin. An event so disturbing, even Earth began to give. What happened to love? What happened to peace? Was it all just a dream? This started in me. Something so close but so out of reach. But you can't take what happens to me.
All right, before we go forward, I fucking love that bit. And another one, actually, when he first starts, he sounds very English.
Yeah.
So,
Keeping it real.
but yeah, I like how it's like we're just kind of speaking, doing a little bit of that spoken stuff, which I guess is something that's probably more prevalent in like other genres, and especially some of the genres that like maybe like Leon and you've like listened to as well. But then they just like he goes real angry, and they add a load of distortion to his scream, and it sounds like menacing.
Yeah. I'm feeling that totally. This band, you know, for me, what it is, I love a lot of bands, but this band I'm behind because I just really, really, really want them to succeed.
Yeah.
There's a feeling of urgency that I just think they've got to succeed. They're fucking phenomenal. Have we even had other than some audio differences and some weird frequencies going on, I don't think I've had a negative fucking point to this band at all ever. They literally
Not musically,
overachieve
no.
every time. They astonish me.
Yeah.
I just really want them to succeed.
They deserve it. Like, and the weird thing is, as you say, this is like they just deserve it from a musical perspective, so and a video perspective, and like a branding, because they're doing all of it. So it's just a case of like getting themselves out there. Like, I still don't agree with them putting stuff on their own channel.
I was literally going to chime in here
because
and say exactly that.
Like, if it does split your viewership, at the end of the day, you could have a song where you get that big. Like, I'm not. We talk about this, but like Casket's had 1 million views on Dreambound. There's barely any fucking bands that do that. There's a few over the years that have. I think maybe As Everything Unfolds as well, who they're actually like, I think they're friends with as well. A couple of other bands, but they've had like 2 songs that have had 1 million views because they concentrated on one platform.
One area, one platform.
And I guess if people get to like it, and then more people get to like it, and then you release more, and you're only releasing it through that means, everyone's going to go to Dreambound to find them, or they're going to find them naturally. So that's basically our only critique is outside of the music and the branding.
Yeah, it's like don't split your audience. Worry about your accumulation of getting funding from your own channel once you're big, you know. But right now, focus it all into one effort, because all you want right now, in my opinion, is viewers. It's people watching it and people turning up to your gigs. And once you're big enough, you can then direct that traffic towards your own channel. Because you're doing yourself, I think, they're doing themselves, I feel, a disservice just by doing that, because it's splitting the views. But they're such a phenomenal band. Like, I've not heard an up-and-comer that strikes me. The only people who've struck me as being so fucking absolutely ridiculously brilliant when opening the fucking floodgates are the likes of Caskets and Envision.
Yeah.
Where you've just gone and sat there and gone, wow. I've not had that with other bands. Cabin Boy Jump Ship's new album, I've got to say, actually.
Yeah.
People watching this, watch our other review. It's phenomenal. But that's been a long time coming. In retrospect, is a new band. Realistically, although it's been going for a couple of years, but out the door, absolutely phenomenal, unbelievable.
Yeah, I love other bands. That, like, I guess some like recent, as you say, Delayed Departure, but they have actually been going for a fair few years. So the stuff before we even got into them, and I'd say they're getting better with every release. Yeah, Veiled.
You know, but out of the door, straight out the bat.
Yeah,
these have just gone flat,
bang. Yeah, fucking class.
Oh,
listen to the last bit of the song.
Yeah,
good waffles.
It's important. Shut up, Leon.
What happened to love? What happened to peace? Was it all just a dream?
I'm in love with them.
It's not in me. Something so close but so out of reach. But you can't take what happens to me.
How long is that scream?
fucking hell.
I can never get bored of them. Honestly, I can never get bored of them.
No,
they
not
can
at
do
all.
no wrong musically.
Yep. They are special.
Yeah.
They are special.
I think that's the operative word, is special. They're special.
Yeah.
Not in terms of, not Leon Cypher special with an SH.
Yeah.
Right.
Just blew me out of nowhere. I'm just itching to your waffle, and here you go calling me special. Allow it.
Amazing.
I do want to point some out though about that end bit that we finally got onto after 20 minutes. The way went with that screaming bit when he was screaming a little bit higher, it was like like if you put a phone vibrating on like a metal sheet of metal, it has like that vibration.
Yeah, I got what you mean.
It was kind of like that. I can't describe it, but it was like that, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it really resonant.
Yeah.
It resonated in your ears. He's a phenomenal. So this is the thing. Is like normally, and we see it a lot because we listen to a lot of bands and we go view a lot of bands and watch them live as well. There'll always be something that maybe other aspects of the band will be overcompensating for to cover it or deal with. There's not anything that this band does that there's an overcompensation for. The vocalist is phenomenal. The individual musicians are absolutely fucking on point. They can do anything they want. They're a complete unit.
Yeah.
And this is what makes me like so ridiculously passionate about trying to push them and give them some fair critique, but also balance it out with, well, they're in retrospect, so let's just see where they go, because they literally have everything in their power that they can do to do well. I just don't want them to fail.
Yeah.
Like, they're so good. So good.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my waffle.
Nah, they're incredible.
You were so good.
Yeah. And that's it. It's like, yeah, we just want these guys to just make it, and that's it, because they're so musically talented. They've put the effort into the videos, they've put the effort into visualizers. Lyrically, it's so fucking powerful. Like, if you read through the lyrics and stuff, it's actually it's just lovely to read.
His words are brilliant as well. Like, they're actually so complete and something that you can relate to.
Yeah.
And they're the nicest guys as well. Like, you see them in I say in real life, because we're all in the virtual world these days, but you meet up with them, they're just so humble and nice. And they've got some of the best fans. There's no reason why they wouldn't do well, but I just want them to. They just need that extra step up, and they'll just blow everyone's minds, because they're just
another thing as well is obviously, like, you've got the darker and like the blue and stuff like that, but obviously one of the lyrics is maybe sunlight will find a way, and then obviously at the end, so like there's little touches in the video as well, so like they fucking think about everything. So it's like he's talking about this, and like obviously maybe like a depressive standpoint and a problematic standpoint from his brain, and then hopefully the light comes through. And it is so small because it's just a visualizer that I don't think a lot of people will notice, but
we do.
Fucking little details. That's why we want them to make it. So
that's sick.
Yeah.
Boys, you've done it again.
Yep. And they've got a tour end of June. Unfortunately, I'm on holiday for the whole of the tour, so it's a headlining tour.
I'm broke.
Yeah. You're still recovering. You'll be recovering for the next year.
Maybe I can go by myself.
Yeah.
Hey, Chessie, man.
Yeah. Even though she ain't into metalcore at all.
Yeah, but
she's dark though. She likes it. She likes the dark stuff. I could tell.
Yeah.
Get her into it.
Maybe.
Get her into it.
I will. I'll just force her along.
But yeah, so like I'm fucking on holiday, so it sucks because I would have seen them. Annoyingness at the Black Heart again. As I said, the sound was so loud it tried to deafen me for the next week, which is such a shame when you've got bands that have all these intricacies in their music and it's ruined by the audio technicians who literally are apparently deaf and have no idea what's going on because it was so fucking loud. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again. And they've got some others, so we always say go and fucking check them out. Like at the end of the day, they do need like fans to come down. You know, like, I think about all this, like, I used to do this when I was like 16 to 18, because there was a place that was local to me in Hartford that did eventually close, but I used to go down and watch all the bands and stuff, and you could get like 50 to 100 people in these tiny venues, and it was wicked. And now think a lot of people, and I do understand it, you know, that we're coming back from a pandemic and still recovering from it, and other aspects like money and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the tickets are usually like a fiver, so go and support them, whether you're a fan. I think other reaction channels as well, it's all well and good. We say this about ourselves. Like, we always go to all the gigs, and like we think like it's all well and good you promoting them in a reaction channel, but if you're not turning up and supporting them, it's not.
You're doing them a disservice.
Yeah,
you need to be helping them out. Like,
and I think these guys could do with a bit more support. So
yeah, absolutely. That I think you're right. Sean. I think that's ultimately what I'm crying on about and QQing is that this band particularly has so much going for them, but they need people like ourselves to be able to promote them and help them out. But we're only one echelon of a greater scheme of things, and the reaction channels. Like, it's great that they react, absolutely brilliant that they do so, but they should also be going and promoting them as well. Can you imagine if all of us just went?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It'd be great.
Like, we go up and down the country. It's like, I mean, even, you know, I got the missus to come, and she had no idea. Really, apart, well, she kind of knew songs because obviously you get the third party hearing from when I'm just blaring it out. So she actually kind of knew the songs, and we found out that her niece had really got into fucking In Retrospect. Yeah. Didn't know, we would have fucking taken her. Like she was into them, and we had no fucking clue. And then, you know, that you said like you guys would have been down here, but obviously Anton decided that snapping his Achilles was the protocol in December, so he couldn't make it for January. But
it's all right. We saw them in Leeds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I couldn't come to that because I was fucking ill. So it's like, but usually I had a ticket, didn't fucking try and, you know, I paid for a ticket, didn't even care that I was going to miss out. I was like, well, at least I'm supporting the boys.
Leon took his boys to on hollow ground.
Yeah, when we can do it, yeah.
When we can do it.
Go fucking all over the country and support. Like, as they say for the last one, we went to Cabin Boy. We booked a hotel in Nottingham. We fucking stayed the night. We were like, let's fucking do it. Let's just go for a jam.
And it was a good night.
Yeah.
We were very full.
Yeah. This episode's been a fucking waffle, but yeah.
It has, but
it's a passionate waffle.
Long short of it is this band's epic. If you like their music, go and fucking support them. Get their merch. Reach out to them because they're lovely guys and they will speak to you. Their music's fucking epic. Everything about them is good. Just support them because we need music like this in our lives.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And go listen to the other music, as we always say, go give it a like. Follow the channels. Follow their channels and just, yeah. Go and see them live. Yep. It's never expensive. If it's local to you as well, you're going to spend like £6 on a fucking ticket.
You might see me and I might give you a hug.
Yeah, you might see me. You might see Leon. It depends on where we are at the time. We're all over the country, so fuck it.
But it's always worth going and seeing your favourite bands, especially like bands like this, when you know their songs and then they play it. And all of these bands are amazing live as well. So then when
back, good shout. They are.
Yeah, when you take back how amazing live they are, it's the best feeling. So it's worth fucking going.
Yeah, they're not hidden behind like auto-tune or fucking like perfect recordings, because they are literally as good, if not better, live sometimes. So
yeah,
giving it their all.
Yep. Right, play us out, boys.
One love.
Yeah, man.
Listen to them. Like, subscribe. Get to their channel. Like, subscribe. Love them.
Check out the merch. They do some nice merch as well. So, and then album soon. And tour. They do the touring as well. So as I say, I think that might coincide with the album launch. So the tickets are going to be £5-6. So fucking no excuses.
No.
Goodbye.
Bye.
We're back. Hope you enjoyed that review. That probably made this video quite long now because of that. So whatever. We haven't released it elsewhere. So yeah. Fuck it. But I'll just include that in. So yeah, Safe Haven was track 4. And then I'm going to get it up briefly for us, not for anyone else, because they'll see our review anyway. Because there it is. because it's this visualizer. So there was a lot we talked about. There's
He's
this,
no longer chained.
yeah, got that, and then it goes into, and we explain this in the video where it gets a bit colourful and stuff. So just so we can showcase the process of their like storyboarding, as you said, and their thought process with this little man.
Yeah. There you go. You're probably liken it to Age of Ultron. You won't know of that because you haven't watched all the Marvel things, but
No.
Ultron is basically part and parcel of Iron Man's mind mixed with Jarvis, and then a lot like it's like computer code to basically do right by the world. But then once he's built, he realizes that everything is fucked and the world is better without humans.
Okay. I mean, yes.
But saying that I've had a bit of information from fucking Nace Vane, then he's been programmed to come out into the world, and now he's been born into this post-apocalyptic world where humans have annihilated it and everything's in darkness.
Yeah. I'm just getting the song.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
I do like a good fucking EP review. It's always telling. I end up getting really, really pissed by the end of it, so I'm trying to slow down because the last one we did with Kevin Boy, I was fucking wasted by the end of it.
Loving it. But yeah, this is number 5, Eclipse. So this was the most recent single, which they released it on the day of the album, the EP. I was around then, I can't actually remember exactly. My brain cannot remember. But yeah, this was the 5th single. And yeah, got another music video for this one. I do like the music video for this actually, because again, it feels like it's their take on how it's like a mixture of a live music video, but it feels like their take. Like it definitely stands out again, and that's a big deal. When we talk about their videos, it's there's always their take or their story on it. So
Yeah. No epilepsy warning.
no. Bow, 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 bow. Yes, Tobias, let's go.
This is from the android's perspective.
It feels like it actually, yeah.
He's looking into it.
Yeah.
They're clever.
Yeah. I'm gonna pause it.
I was literally going to pause it right there.
Because I was obviously like with the naming conventions as well and the lyrics as well, like and that was quite a big one there where he was like basically he's talking about how he's like stuck with no one to show him the light, and obviously the whole eclipse thing is obviously it blocks off like a source of light, doesn't it? Basically,
Yeah.
So I wanted to see how they tied it in that like scenario as well, and then like perfectly there. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna pause it now. So
Yeah, fucking Jesus Christ as well. How intense is this song?
yeah,
It's like it's non-stop power. Like I'm feeling like I'm being boxed around a bit, like, not in a negative way, in a very positive way, but just in comparison to the other ones, which kind of guided you along, like with different varying levels of intensity. This one really fucking punches you in the face. Arguably the heaviest one on here so far.
yeah.
Fucking hell. But yeah, like the visuals. I think that distorted look, and then there's like ones and zeros and little arrows and things like that. It's like they're being watched by the droid.
Yeah.
And then when Nath screams, it distorts it all.
Yeah, it's
I'm starting to understand maybe, and I still don't think maybe they should have released pretty much the entirety bar one of their EP individually. But now that we're watching it in this order and piecing together the videos, I'm kind of understanding the concept of why they might have done that. Because I want a video with each of the songs.
Yeah. They've done the 5, obviously. Then there was one that they didn't do anything for. That's what I find strange, I guess. It's like there is one song they didn't do anything for. So it still gives you a bit of intrigue, but I do feel like they could have left a tiny bit of intrigue. I like this one. I probably like it more so than Deadweight. I think they maybe could have left Deadweight or something out to leave another song. Because yeah, it's not like, and they've obviously, as you say, they've released it in order and that. So it's, I'm pretty sure they've released it in order because the clips last. Safe Haven was before Deadweight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've released it in order of the EP. So as you say, it's a story, but I just I would have liked a little bit more intrigue as to when I came in to listen to it, but it's still wicked.
I say the same, but now I'm starting to understand kind of the mindset as to why they'd have done it in that way.
Yeah. But it's I love the video for this as well because it's obviously live and you can see like some of it's definitely the Key Club and that.
Yeah, I will have been right at the back or somewhere.
This probably would have been the Envisions gig that we didn't go to when we were at LAN. I reckon that's when they would have done it just because of the song and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, not the one that I went to with Leon.
Yeah, I think this would have been Envisions, just because I guess the EP would have been coming out anyway as well.
Yeah. They got quite a crowd there as well.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't have a crowd when they were there before. They did. Had a massive crowd.
Yeah.
Fucking mental, but...
No, I love the video for this one because again, I just think it's just their fucking take on a live video, so it's cool. Back.
Range.
Unreal.
Look. No obligatory solo.
No. You know, I think like this as well is oops, there you go. What I like, I think it feels like a bit more of a standardized metalcore song, and not in a bad way, but it's just showcasing like a nice, heavy metalcore song. When you think of all the other songs as well, there's a lot of intricacies, but also they did add a bit of like slap bass as well, so it's nice for
Mate,
Tobias.
the slap.
Because everyone's got like their moments in different songs.
Yeah.
So
I
like
was feeling the slap all day long, man. I got enough time for slap bass.
but like realistically, it's a bit like more towards that kind of like metalcore vibe, like a standardized metalcore vibe, which is wicked because sometimes you just want that. You just want a nice heavy song, albeit there's a bit of slap bass in there, so it's wicked. So
yeah, I've got a weakness for slap bass.
it
Like
sounds
Harlem
so
Process
good.
and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
And Process for doing it as well. Oh, sexy.
Yeah, it just funks up the song. It's really cool.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Yeah,
Easily the heaviest song that they've done. And I agree. Actually, I think having yeah, I hate the word generic, but more of a standardized kind of metalcore fit in is actually quite nice. It's a bit of a break because a lot of their songs are epic.
yeah, they're a journey up and down, up and down.
Yeah, and sometimes you just want to have a song you can bop to.
Yep.
And that one will definitely, well, I say bop to, probably murder each other too, because that one is definitely ankle snapping shit in the mosh pit.
It's gonna pop off.
Yeah, I'm not going to be in there because I swear, like Gimmo's crew that turns up, you got to see him, Sean. I mean, I know you saw them in London, but obviously because it was local, Gimmo's crew rocked up, bro.
Yeah.
And they're some of the biggest fucking Asians I've ever seen, and they're just like, it's
amazing.
Honest to God, it was warfare in there.
Yeah.
And they were loving it. So yeah, there'll always be a mosh pit when it's local.
Hell yeah. Yep. That's it's quality, and as I say, like when I was like really like distinctly listening to the lyrics and stuff, trying to get a vibe for that, and then hearing that portion regarding how he feels like he's alone and like stuck away from like the light of reason and stuff like that. I was like, there you go. There's a tie into Eclipse, and there's more in the song as well that ties into the whole Eclipse as well. And as you say, like it is like the whole story now. We've had Substrate, we've had Current State, and it's like dead weight obviously, but I guess feeling like you're just absolutely nothing. You're just a waste of space. And we got Safe Haven. Then it's been into Eclipse, and the last one is called Counting Days. So I guess it's like it's almost like a story of someone's like detriment, like the way they're feeling before the end, essentially. And the whole story, as you say, the videos, we always talk about how we love like the branding, the professionalism, the videos. Their videos are wicked. They put a lot more effort into their visualizers. Even that video, it's a live video, but they put a lot more thought into it to kind of make it creative. And as you say, looks like from the perspective of the robot and his alter ego or whoever that is.
I think the robot is his alter ego.
Yeah.
Because he's actually like that one, Clips. Like he's kind of looking in on himself and what's happening. And he's there on the sidelines looking at himself, having fun, but in reality, he still feels alone. He's just that person looking into that kind of snippet of.
It's the fakeries, isn't it? We've seen it a lot in recent years. Yeah, Chris Cornell. No, I'm having a brain fart. Chester Bennington. You can see numerous videos, especially like with the Chester Bennington ones, where he's having a great time smiling, like literally weeks before, a gig, and little do we know, he wasn't like there. He wasn't happy. He's probably in the same thought process where he had the alter ego and he's fighting himself, even though he's just smiling away and like singing and loving it and enjoying it with the crowd. So
exactly. But it's easier for people not necessarily mentally as engaged in that to understand that kind of thought process when there's another entity.
Yes.
If you know what I mean. So like by bringing out the droid, it allows you to look at it as a third party so that other people can like read into it like we're doing now and talk about it as something else. But actually that's just another part of him.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
It's good. Very clever.
Last song is Counting Days. Saying, I feel like that again, that just feels like it's like counting days to what moment, but it feels like, yeah, in a way it could be perceived, especially with this, it's like counting days until the end and other things. Yeah, like you can see here, like there's some little touches with the, yeah, obviously they've got the names of the songs up there, but they have like, I can't tell, I think it's so small on here. It looks like it's just like lines or whatever, or it's probably just like a slash, but it's pretty cool actually, just how it's like slashed up too, depending on.
Yeah.
Like, and it's all like right aligned, rather than have it left aligned and stuff like that. It's such a simple touch, but this makes it kind of stand out from a graphic design perspective.
It's what you do when you coding or you write in websites and you put it in comments.
Yeah.
Because you have to slash it out to put in the comments so it doesn't actually write it.
There's little touches like that that are really nice. So give this one a listen. The last one, number 6, Counting Days. So this is the only one it didn't release, as you say.
I haven't heard this yet.
No.
No. Well, that comes in hard. Harmonies.
Yeah.
Harmonic, sorry.
Wicked.
Finding what makes you whole, straying away from your ego.
This has been mixed somewhere else.
So I'm not certain it has. What I will say is this is on the InRetrospect. You know when YouTube does the like band name and then topic.
Yeah.
It's that, and I still have no idea what that is, but it always seems to be randomly uploaded to a different thing that's like topic. So I don't know if it has. I'm pretty sure they did the whole album in the same place, or the EP.
Just the frequency, like there's a consistency of the frequencies in the other songs.
Yeah, but they're all
Right, so a
uploaded
little
to
bit more-
like Space on Travel or Beheading
Oh,
a
so
Traitor
maybe
or to
they're
their
doing
own
something
page.
weird.
Whereas this because this isn't an official single. This is what I mean. I don't know what this topic thing is. Like you see it on every band's thing. Someone needs to explain this to me. I literally have no idea.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
It's
So
like
maybe
provided
Space and
to
Travels and shit's breaking it.
in retrospect dash topic. You'll see it everywhere on YouTube. Provided to YouTube by DistroKid. So it's like it's
Weird.
distributed by something else, auto-generated by YouTube. But it's like maybe it takes it from somewhere else, like an Amazon Music or Spotify, uploads it, optimizes it, and then does it. I'm pretty certain they wouldn't have used someone else because they've used the same guy for every single song.
So maybe then those frequency things that I was picking out on is because Space and Travel or whatever or whoever's uploading it to other platforms are just uploading it in a really weird fucking way, and it's just slightly distorted. Because this sounds crisp and clean and nice. It's not hurting my ears at all. Not that the other ones did, but this is even nicer on the ears. Like the cymbals. Like I'm gonna rewind it a little bit, but the cymbals, if you hear it, it's just like you can hear everything about them.
Yeah.
Like they're not distorted in any way. They're beautiful. Like especially the one right here.
Yeah.
It just sounds cleaner.
I'd have to listen to them all back again because I know this.
Oh, what he did with the voice there.
You've got this thing in your head. You think you'll accept your fate, but you're no different to us. So get your information.
Mental. Holy shit.
This is gonna be so good live.
just that initial bit sounds like the rest of them now. It's so punchy.
Yeah, that bit is so good. I think that's one of my favourite parts from this song. I think, like, because again, if you think about it live, this is gonna fucking you could quite easily end on this as well, live. But you could also start on something like this because those vibes are so energetic. Like, I love all the other songs as well, and I still love you. Yeah. But like for me, I'd almost like want to finish on like a current state, just because I think that's arguably the strongest album on it. Strongest song. You could argue for a lot of others anyway, but there's just an epicness about that could really work as like an ending song live.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
This with the energy, you're just gonna start going.
Do you know what?
Last one
this
as
is
well.
a bonus track at a gig, but end in current state. What current state will do is it'll grab everybody emotionally, and then everybody will be screaming encore.
Yeah.
And then when the lights go out and then they come back on, then they box this off.
Yeah, maybe just bang out, like one more upbeat, go for it. But yeah, the energy, that like little portion as well, it's just so wicked. It's so like pacey. Now we've had the aggression and stuff from Eclipse, and like there's a bit more in a Deadweight as well. But again, this showcases like a slightly different, again more towards the like standardized metalcore. But I like it because in the EP it fits in as a more pacier song. To showcase in a slightly different side.
Yeah, and playing around with vocal melodies all over the shop on this one as well, man. Fucking sick. That riff,
it's
fucking so bouncy, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, such a low bass. Listen to that.
Yeah.
That's it. Realise that's actually a picture of somebody's head. Like you can see the ear right next to the.
Oh yeah. The ending is so wicked on this as well. Just fucking brutal.
Mate, what a journey. That's a fucking unbelievable EP.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good. I mean, I haven't said it all. Song will waffle on for ages. Boys. Fuck.
Yeah.
What a band.
Just unreal. Like as we say, like we And I think that's why, like, there's only one thing we can ever really critique, and it's more the marketing side. I think, like, certain releases and stuff. And I say, like, this is our personal opinion. You know, we're not in the field, in that sense. We're just like looking at how, you know, we always talk about Caskets, Envisions, and stuff like that. How other bands have done stuff, especially Caskets, because their growth has been redonkulous in the last few years. Like to go from that to that in 3 years, or like less than 3 years, is fucking mental.
Absolutely insane. Look who they're playing with now.
Yeah.
And Envisions, look who they're playing with now.
Yeah, both of them are like had the crossover with the Spirit Box stuff that's happening, and you know.
Then you've had Caskets with Dayseeker and Thornhill.
Yep, and they've got Dance Gavin Dance coming up as well.
Fucking hell, shit, yeah. Holy shit. And then you got Envisions, who's just been touring with fucking Ice 9 Kills, and
Spirit Box, yeah.
Spirit Box as well, like,
and they're going on a bunch of like mental festivals all within a couple of years, including a pandemic. So, you know, I think it just
take heed of that marketing.
Yeah, and like, you know, we're not saying it's perfect and no one should copy the exact formula because it's different for everyone. But I think that's why we always say that's the only thing. Musically, branding, everything on that side, videos. Fucking phenomenal. The audio production, fucking phenomenal. The composition, fucking phenomenal. The vocals, like fucking just ridiculous. The band, as you say, like I know, pretty sure Nath does write the lyrics, so, and that's not always the case. Like if people don't know, singers don't always tend to write. It might just be someone who writes everything for the band. So, there are definitely a few different portions, as you say. That's as far as I know. Yeah, they're just so fucking good. It's hard to critique them musically. There's nothing to critique. I don't think
there is anything to critique the music.
Not this early into a journey. You don't expect it to be at this level. This is far and beyond what anyone should ever expect.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. They're just it's insanity. It's insanity what they're doing at that level. It'd be I'd love to come back and revisit where they're at in a year's time.
Yeah.
Because if they're still in the same place, we need to have words, boys. Because your music and everything you're doing with it is just far way and beyond what other people are really doing with the music. You're fucking awesome. I'd love for you to be in a really, really special place in a year's time.
Yep.
And if you're not, then you need to have words.
Yeah, this is a crucial time. I think you're right.
Yeah.
This next year, you know, they've done enough to showcase with an EP and what was essentially an EP, a load of releases because they changed it because of the pandemic and stuff. That's now more than enough to showcase. So again, let's look at Caskets. We always talk about it, but Caskets did one EP. They released about 4 songs on that EP, had 2 spare, then went into an album. Bearing in mind they got signed before they even had that album, so they had 1 EP. You know, I think it's just to showcase that it is possible, but just take heed of some of these bands because I think Caskets are a perfect example of how good you can do it. And we'll give a lot of credit to Connor Ferris as well. I think he looks like a fantastic manager from the outside looking in. Just looking at Caskets and Envisions, manager of both of them, I think he's doing a fucking phenomenal job. So, yeah, there's just nothing to say apart from it's fucking sick musically, fucking sick from the story.
Well, yeah, and this is it. I think this is what I'm trying to get across is that there's nothing music wise or capability or individual that would stop them from progressing in their career in music.
Yeah.
Like the only thing, if they're held back in any way, would be stuff outside of that.
Yep.
So they needs to be revisited in the future if things don't change because musically and everything, you're so gifted. And when I say gifted, you're obviously putting in a lot of hard work. But as a band, as a completely unit, you're very, very talented and deservedly so. So yeah, just keep at it, and we'll be watching.
Yep.
We'll give you some advice along the way, whether you choose to take it or not. We might be wrong.
Exactly. We're not precious.
We're not precious.
You don't take
you
the
make
piss.
it doing what you're doing. Yeah. Great.
If you don't take the piss out of us, we ain't precious.
Yeah.
We'll take criticism back. So yeah.
But I might kill you.
Gruff, he's got crazy eyes. Crazy as last week's. But they have a little tour. They'll EP release tour with We Struck Gold. So that'll be at the end of this month. So we've got the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th of this month. So we got Southampton, Suburbia, which I have heard of a few times. So it must be a good venue down in Southampton for like maybe smaller local underground kind of bands. Then on the 24th, we've got Sheffield Corporation. The 25th will be their hometown, which is this Saturday, which is Leeds at Boom.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get to that one. I'm not interested in Corporation in Sheffield. If you remember, the parking was fucking terrible.
Oh, really?
Cabin Boy, yeah. That's where we saw Cabin Boy and Behind Blue Eyes.
It was a different venue.
Was it?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I'll work it out after. No, it was a different venue. I can't remember. I'll work it out.
Either way, Sheffield,
yeah. Fuck Sheffield. It's a nightmare to drive. And then on the Sunday, but make sure, especially like the hometown one, I think they're getting low on that one. So go to that. And then, yeah, we've got Blackheart again in London on the 26th, which is the Sunday. So definitely go give them some love. I would have been there, but I'm on holiday. So I will not be around, which sucks. But again, the tickets are always like less than a tenner. So there's no excuses to just go and see a band that you like.
Go and see them.
It's really worth it, yeah. It's so worth it. Like all the money that people spend on the large bands, and I'm not saying not do it, because obviously bands like Architect still need love and attention, because at the end of the day they're huge, and that's what we want. We want them seen as like huge bands. But go and support your local acts as well. Like a tenner, you know, you don't have to spend loads of money. Go and fucking grab a McDonald's. Find the cheapest way down there. You could go there for like 20 quid, have some food, and you fucking got a ticket, good gig, fucking travel, whatever.
I'll just spend that on fucking 2 beers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could go and have a fucking good night listening to tunes, bopping away, shaking hands with the bands and giving them a hug and telling them well done. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. So fucking go to the gigs. We always say this, go to the fucking gigs. It's not a lot of money. Go do it. So yeah, end this month. Especially if you're going to get to hear this in fucking full.
Yeah. You would not be disappointed.
Yeah.
And I've seen them live. And so has Sean. Sean's seen them in one of the London venues. Unfortunately, the mixing wasn't great there.
Unfortunately, it's the Black Heart as well.
I've seen them
I'm
at the
scared.
Key Club.
Yeah.
I've seen them at the
daddy
Key Club
venue.
where the music doesn't fucking destroy your ears. And they were fucking sick.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not even sugarcoating it. They're amazing live. Get them watched.
Yeah.
And buy the merch.
Exactly. Go and check out some merch. Go and give them some love. Buy some tickets. Go see them live. All of what we say, it's boring, but you should. Like, don't just fucking do... Like, I know not everyone can afford it, but don't just do stuff online if you can't afford to go and see them or buy some merch. Like, too many people...
doing this for you.
Yeah.
They're doing it for you.
Exactly. Too many people just do stuff online and don't actually go and see the bands and appreciate the music for what it is live. So, everything's made for live, man. All right. Play us out. Say everything down below. Go check it out. Goodbye.
Ciao.